Somebody's wrong on the internet. Have you seen that comic? Somebody's wrong on the internet. I have to go. Have you seen that comic? Somebody's wrong on the internet. I have to go. So, TempleOS is long 64-bit mode. I have a FAT32 driver, but I did not do the tilde short names, so it will get corrupted from it works fine if you use it in isolation. But if you start interacting with Windows will, or Linux will do things it'll get corrupted. Microsoft needs to support Red C. That's the way this works. I made a file system and I'm going to give a command from God and they're going to do it. I made a file system that God's stuff has to be perfect, and FAT32 is terrible. Plus, we want exactly what we want. Okay, so I'm going to remove FAT32 as soon as Microsoft and Linux and VMware support Red C. I could help them understand. Okay, built-in functions. I was going to talk about that, but I forgot. So, first of all, I don't have include files for headers, and so it would be natural to assume it's a built-in function. Actually, there are well, everything's, shut up bird, I hate that bird. All the functions are available at all times without include, because it searches the parent symbol table, and Adam is the parent of all. If you say who, those are all the things you got. Everything is always available. I set a limit of 100,000 lines of code, so this is what it's always going to be. I know that sounds well, anyway. So there are some actual built-in functions, but you probably don't know what they are. These ones that say intern are built-in functions. So I used to have three argument. As a matter of fact, this IC is the functions are slightly, well, the functions are slightly uniform. By that, anyway, IC is intermediate code. So there's a you know how other compilers have some what do they call them, ASTs? They have symbol trees. They have symbol trees, and for the operators, they probably have a code for each different type of operator in the symbol tree on each node. Well, these are the internal codes for not just the all the operators and assignments and everything. All the internal codes are there's too many distractions, people talking and stuff. Anyway, so there's now when it so these bind, and it's really simple. You make an intermediate code, and you bind it to one of these, and you put an entry in. Well, just search for these are all the steps to making a you make a binder that binds the intermediate code. You that's not active code. You have to add a number to the intermediate code list. Rearranging the order is really tricky. I know how to do it. I could teach you, but it's really tricky because it is. Anyway, if you add to the end of the list, it's pretty easy. So you should do that. Add it to the end of the list. You shouldn't be doing it at all. So the optimizer has to have handlers in the. There's a big switch statement for each for the intermediate codes, so you have to have handlers. This is a special case. This built-in function has a variation with and without a lock prefix. Otherwise, it's standard. So you need to put if you add a function, it's going to be in here. You're just going to make a empty. Oh, this is a special case. What is this? These have. I'm surprised there's a special case. Maybe your built-in function is a sinusoid or something. Oh, are those branch? Never mind. Anyway, here's the main part. So the final pass of the optimizer is where the machine code is generated. Most of these functions call a back-end final function, IC bit ops. You can imagine that the bit operations are all similar. And therefore, you tell it the opcode that you want. This is bit test and complement, bit test and reset, bit test and set. You know what I could do? I could put a lock right here instead of where it is. What? This is for branch, bit test and set, branch, bit test and clear. The bit test operation set the carry flag, and therefore I have a special case branch. Branch, bit test and set. That's kind of weird. What about where does it set the lock normally? This is for the branch. Oh, it's a break. It's a break. No, it's not a break. Lock. What about not branch? Oh, it would be bit lock. Okay. This must set the lock in here. Yeah, it sets the lock. Okay. Never mind. Never mind. My bad. One should decide the philosophy is either usually I try to do everything in the earliest pass possible. But I could be wrong. Maybe I don't always do that. You could put this, set the lock flag in here. Obvious. Anyway, doesn't matter. That's okay. So we were going to talk about the code generation. So for here's the bit operation. This is where the machine code is generated for the bit test. Those are assembly instructions, by the way. Bit test and set, bit test and clear. I think this is not the branch. There's a branch variation, which this is not the branch variation. Is it? No, it's not. There's a special intermediate code for branch. So what are we doing in here? We're preparing the two arguments to the bit operation. The bit test operations have two arguments, the field and the number. Basically, we're loading the field and number into it's either by value or by reference. The intermediate code can be by value or by reference, and obviously it makes a difference. If it's by reference, then anyway, so no depend. This is what should I do about that? I've been trying to perfect my English. What this means is the result has no importance. Okay, what we're doing here is we're setting up the A register, the AX register, in order to do a carry, and then the bit test operations have a carry flag, and It's funny that I didn't comment. I think this is an add with carry to RAX, I'm pretty sure. Add with carry to RAX. You think we should comment? No. Why start commenting now? Okay. I think we can just say 3. Oh. I think it's an add with carry RAX. Come. What? How can it be that? Oh, we have there's set, what do they call those? Set CC. No, it's an add with carry. Say what? Oh, we do a 0. Oh, it's a 4 byte and we're doing 3 bytes. That's pretty tricky. Okay, add with carry 0. Are there set? I think there's a set CC, but it doesn't quite. Yeah, that might work. Oh no, I think it sets it to FF. And maybe we might be able to. I think it sets it to FF. I'm pretty sure. Why would it set it to 1? And it's not going to set it to 1. It's going to set it to FF. It's a byte, as a matter of fact. No, I can't use these. I have a policy of 1 as true. Oh, I can use these. I think I did use them. Set seat destination operand to 0 or 1 depending on settings or status flag. Okay, so, okay, folks, are you sure? Set destination operand 0 or 1. Are you sure? I think I used that somewhere. Are you sure? You want to test it? That's kind of silly. Okay. Set carry what? RAX? You think it takes that? Here. I don't have to do that. If other people are watching, they should be nice. Oh, wait a minute. What? Wait. Whoa, hold on a second here. What? Oh, that's not it. I couldn't remember. Okay, so. Say what? Set CC. Control. Let's see. 8. Oh, it's an 8. Okay, that's okay. It's not ideal. If this would be really awesome if it was. Why did you do 8? Why didn't you do 64? Stupid people. 8. Wordless. Okay. One. Zero. Okay. It works. So I'm moving a little fast for you, whoever you are. Why are you laughing? I'm laughing because it doesn't do much. This is add with carry to RAX has been set to 0 the whole thing. So are you? Yeah, it was 1. It was 1. It really was 1. CO920F. Okay, so done, I'm done, and I'm on to the next one. Done, on to the next one. Okay, I don't think I use this at all. I don't think I use this at all. So let's do a test before we do the new compiler. Let's do we're looking for a dependency coming out of the built-in function. Do I do it with bit test? I do bit test. I do bit test a couple times. Bit test address fs task flags task flag suspended. How about that? And oops, bit test. Task F. Okay, now we unassemble function main. So currently we do XOR bit test number 2 add with carry 0 to RAX, and in half a jiffy we are going to do, oh damn it, I'm pissed off because let's see, F5. Okay, set, what is set below? maybe I should make that it's an alias. In the past, I did not have control over which alias for unassemble. I made it standard with the comparison. All the comparisons are the standard. I think I do equal. I think I do, instead of the flags. Oh well. That should probably be carry instead of below as the default. Oh well. Now we want to boot the backup, recompile the kernel, and write down. Oh, okay. Here's what we do. We take now we go to drive C, go to show it in there. Okay. I'm checking if I saved enough bytes. If I used it at all, then in theory, we just saved a couple bytes off of. We are 32 bytes less in the compiler, and we are, oh wow, look at that, no, 32 bytes less in the kernel. Let's do I want to, here's what I want to do. I want to go to my compiler. Branch bit ops. I told you there's bit ops and branch bit ops. Branch bit ops. I don't use the add carry for this, do I? Of course not. I do jump carry. Why would it be in this file? This and this file. I want to do a count of how many times progress 3 plus plus. Now during boot, progress 3, we have used it. Holy shit. Where are we using it? Oh, I used it 2C. Do you see down here? I used it 2C times. Holy shit, 86 times. Okay. Now my other mission is what I want better English than no depend. What this means is the intermediate code result is not used. It stands for no dependency. This is not an isolated. I use that expression a lot, and I don't use it that much. I want a clearer English. Brainstorm. This is where philosophers try to be clear. That's the only thing they do. They have learned how to be really clear, I guess. They're pretty worthless. Not totally. Okay, no dependent. What can we say? First of all, is there a standard terminology that the rest of the world uses? No depend. No depend result. How about result not used? There you go. No depend result. Okay. Rename. I see. I talk like Yoda. My standard speech is like Yoda. No depend result. We could say result thrown away, result not used. Result not used. Okay. It's even shorter. That makes me happy. I don't have an abbreviation for result. I abbreviate everything else. Consistency is next to godliness. I think somewhere I print a flag. Okay. Good enough. Okay, result not used. Isn't that better? Now I don't have to explain it. That naming is the most important thing in programming. That's what I believe. It's okay, no. You see that? Now I don't have to explain what it is. You see that? Okay, there's a flag. Where? Like slip. It's not in there. No, not there. It's another lib. Now we have libs. Parse lib? No, it's not there. Miscellaneous? How about that? it's not that. Son of a bitch. What a stupid place for it. I'm kidding. Well, I could call that debug. Exceptions. Debug, no. Okay, depend result. How about result used? Result not used. Okay, result not used minus depend. This causes I can't use long. Let's say plus result. No result. You want to say no result or not used? No result. No result. Minus result. Minus result. It's kind of weird. Not result. Not result. I use pluses and okay. Result not used. That's more clear than no result. Depend result. Depend result. Rename. Depend result. What did I say? Has result. Result used. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Is this even used? Holy is it my imagine? Oh, that. Is it my imagination? Are you kidding me? It's not used. Result used. What are we doing here? This is gnarly, gnarly, gnarly. Okay, it's not used. Use your head. Are you sure it's not used? That's pretty weird. Oh well, you only live once. Result used. Escape. Done, I'm done, and I'm on to the next one. Okay, we'll come back to that. Result used. No, let's get rid of it. Okay, it's in the ICFs. Result used. No result. You want to say no result? No, no, result not used. Okay, no result. We should abbreviate. What about previous? Holy should abbreviate previous. Okay. RES is result. Okay, so I abbreviate everything, so it's good to be consistent. Okay, that's kind of crap. I don't feel good about that. Previous and result. Okay, I guess it's not used. How about that? ICF. So now we have to renumber. One. Just do it. Move fast and break things. There's some. Do it. Okay. Done, I'm done, and I'm on to the next one. Done, done, on to the next one. Done, I'm done, and I'm on to the next one. Okay, so we have F's and G's, and done, I'm done, and I'm on to the next one. Oh, I forgot to check the size. Oh, we have the size. Thank God we have the size. Okay, the kernel size stays the same. So that's how I do that all the time. I check the size. I check the size as a. How come we lost the size? We were saving the size. Okay, we 2EFC. Oh, okay. I'm being silly. Of course it's right. I didn't change anything. It's impossible. I changed the other thing, but that's it that I changed. It's impossible. Once in a while I hard code, not real. I don't hard code. Okay, that's what we were aware of. Okay, so now we previous. I definitely want to abbreviate previous. So here's how we do this. My replace is rigged to just think for the next 1,000 years it will be uploaded, it will be uploaded and downloaded. Minus I minus L. Do it. That's not so bad. Now let's check for I would not dare. You pervert. that's in my, okay. You might think I don't want abbreviations in my documentation, but au contraire, I do want abbreviations in my documentation. I could have checked for safety. It's quite a few. Now I'm worried because there we go. Okay. So if you see strange abbreviations in the documentation, I want it that way. And finally, there are 3 cases you have to try. Okay. So now we know what we do. This is standard procedure. Go to the glossary. Every abbreviation must be registered. And as long as you do that, it's professional. Okay. Result. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Result. Should we do it? Should we do result? Just think of the saving. RES, what else would that be? That's kind of nasty. Do it. We are going to do it. Just do it. Okay, fine. Okay, so first of all, the standard procedure. We do this all the time. Okay. We're going to get a lot of results. It's kind of nasty. Just you'll get used to it. Pow, pow. Okay. They can't be confused with anything else, so it's a pretty good abbreviation. RES. What? Push result. Yeah. It's a good abbreviation. And now this one is going to be huge. This is going to be a monster. Oh, what a monster. Okay. Hey, what the truck? Oh, okay. We're at the bottom because we're at... That's a monster. Okay. Now, compile. reboot. Now we do replace. This shouldn't be, there shouldn't be any, but I'm sure we'll get some. Beautiful. There's a there's a song by Tool which says, "It's something you'll get used to." Just think of all the saving over the centuries. The compile time is faster, the download time is faster, the disk time is faster, all because, you know, I'm preaching to the choir. Have you seen Linux? Anyway, some people, QRS. Old people use short labels. QRS. TempleOS, quit. God's temple must be perfect, and so we don't give a second thought about backward compatibility. I've been deprived of, as far as I'm concerned, I don't have any users. Not a single person has published code. Okay, one person. Two people have. There is almost no, there's no code for TempleOS on the internet, not to speak of. So it's ridiculous to worry about it. Says it's something you'll get used to. The reason I said that, now everywhere I'm gonna see RES for result. And at first it's nasty. No, that is nasty. I'm not saying, never mind. I have no experience with prison sex. Okay, I should have. So, most professional APIs do not use abbreviations. I had a boss who said not to use abbreviations. The problem with abbreviations is ambiguity, for one thing. That's the main problem, I guess. Here's my logic. The whole world worries about scaling, like that's the obsession of everybody. Everybody, it's been drilled into their head. Will it scale? What do you do to scale? They're scaling up. When you start having 20 million lines of code, you have to change how you do business to scale up. What I said, what if we scale down? We want to do the opposite of everything they do. Now you might say, no, why would you do that? No. I have to, if I'm a light tank, I don't fight like a heavy tank. I fight like a light tank. You have to be what you are. Use your advantage. I have small, my namespace is small. I don't need a make, I don't need object files, so my theory is if my namespace is small, I can use small labels, and everything they do to scale up, I do the opposite, quite literally. So if they're making long labels, I make short labels. Yeah, if you're a light tank, you don't fight like a heavy tank. you have speed, and that's how you fight if you're a light. What am I talking about? If you're a light tank, you fight like a light tank. You don't. If you're a heavy tank, you fight like a heavy tank. You know, these should be, you should put light tanks together, I guess. Otherwise, what's the point? Anyway, if you're a light tank, you fight like a light tank. Oh, what did I do? I lost my train of thought. Did I upload? Yeah, I uploaded. Don't let somebody trick. If you're a light tank, don't be tricked into fighting like a heavy tank, or you're in big trouble. You idiots, why are you scaling up? It doesn't just get bad, it gets worse. If you scale down, it doesn't just get good, it gets better. So if they ask me, does it scale? Does it scale? Hell yeah, it scales down. Does it scale? Hell yeah, it scales down. What am I doing? I'm looking for... Let's get God on the phone. Let's get God on the phone. And now we flip the files to make them live. Did we test? Oh, who needs to test? You think we should test? Nobody uses it. There. We're live. We can do a test. Why, you might ask what this test could discover. It compiles the demos and applications, and perhaps a syntax error was generated. We might discover that. Doesn't really have I'm not sure I would notice a failure. I think you have to watch it. A failure might crash the system, or it might cause a window to stick around, or it might cause it to pause. But there's also there's a good chance the failure would print an error message and continue. So I have to watch in case there's an error message. It could somehow just abort and the window close, I guess. Maybe. I guess it's an interesting thought to check the results. I just do tests. I don't check the result. That's unreasonable. That's into a different league of... We're doing pretty good just having tests. My compiler there are lots of compiler test. We have our own syntax, and also maybe it needs to be fixed, but at this point well, we don't have a standard syntax. If we did have a standard syntax, I think we would fail a lot of tests. But as it stands, we're in a position to define the standard, and so some of the stuff I would say, well, that's the standard, the new standard. An example of where I changed the standard because of the compiler, there is an example in a couple spots. You might think that's crazy, but let me All values are extended to 64-bit when accessed. Intermediate calculations are done with 64-bit. Let's say you had a local variable that's 16 bits. If you assign to why didn't I need to make this clearer, you idiot. No, that's not a very good idea. Let's see. So I1 okay, J1 is 32-bit. There's I2. I didn't do any tiny ones. Why didn't I do that? Oh well. This example, for example. Anyway, it will fail in less exotic circumstances. Less exotic circumstances. Less exotic circumstances. What would I do with money? Let me tell you. Do you want to know my business model? The only sanity. This is the only sane business model. One of these days, they're going to find out about my talking space alien, and I'm going to be world news because I made TempleOS's space alien technology.
Radio source from deep space. Can neither be confirmed nor denied. Whatever it is, it ain't local.
Position?
I checked interferometry somewhere in Lyra, I think.
Vega?
Can't be. It's only 26 light years away.
I want all these people out of here.
Go ahead and send this announcement all over the world may well constitute a breach of national security.
Well, this isn't a person-to-person call. This may be an announcement to get our attention.
The president's gone to nursing me.
You know those interlaced frames that we thought were noise? This has structure.
I'm going to recommend to the president that we militarize this project immediately.
There's no reason to believe that their intentions are hostile.
There's no proof of that. Why don't they just speak English?
Mathematics is the only truly universal language, Senator. Buried within the message itself is the key to decoding it.
Those look like engineering schematics, almost like blueprints.
It is our belief that the message contains instructions for building some kind of machine.
A machine?
It might turn out to be some kind of a transport.
Transport. The fact is, you don't know what it does. It could be anything.
Nobody's saying this is dangerous.
They're gonna build it.
Who gets to go?
It's complicated, Ellie.
Who gets to go?
By doing this, you're willing to risk your life. You're willing to give your life and die for this. Why?
So that's the only sane outcome. So that's the only sanity. So someday we're going to be world news, and then my Intel and Microsoft are my Intel and Microsoft are my okay. You know what? I like result. I'm used. I'm used to it already. RES. Normally I would say RLT. No, RST. RES is good. It's kind of funny how there's a standard way to abbreviate. That's not very standard. Normally I don't use vowels. But that's a good abbreviation. Can't be anything else. Let's go look for other stuff. If you look around, you might find stuff. Present. No, that's never used. Identical. There's identifier and identical. I started using duplicate, ambiguous. I don't like that identical. That I want ident. I finally broke down and started using ambiguous, or what would you call it? 2 for the price. 2. What would you call it? Oops. Duplicate, ambiguous, something like that. I don't like that. I hate that. Goodbye. Okay. That was ugly. IDENTICAL, ident. Okay. Hey, this is. What? What did I do? I did that. Identical. So it's kind of shocking when you see my documentation and you come across abbreviations, but it's kind of cool after a while. Idently. I have my own way of talking. Once in a while, I'll find an abbreviation I'll find one that's too obnoxious, and I'll switch it back. spacing out. Identical. I hated that. I can't believe I took so long. But I had a policy of that was ugly. Now look identical. Don't you think that's kind of funny that my documentation has new words? A great person makes funny that my documentation. Shakespeare made new words. We can make new words. God said 640 by 480. It's impossible. Nobody can even steal it and change it. They will discover many reasons why that would not work. Okay. I'm not a chump. Do I have chump written on my face? You. Now, okay, so God talks. Did I mention that? I think I mentioned that, but some people are the brain cannot understand what a random number is.
Has new words.
The next time I see somebody trying to pull a fast one, I'm gonna shoot first and ask questions later. They've been doing it. I let them get by with it a couple times. No more. It's not like a big deal being banned from single YouTube chat. So just think, CIA, if you didn't with me, I'd be stuck with crappy. But since I got no users, it gets perfect. You see, the longer you with me, the less difficulty in making it perfect. And then you get up the ass worse, Mr. CIA. The CIA is my Intel is my and Microsoft is my and VMware is my Linux is my because I got a alien. So suck on it. Intel is mine. Krasanich is fired. First thing, you are fired. Got it? You are so fired. He comes out with slower processors. Oh, hell no. You are fired. Slower processors. Now that's the CIA trying to claw back and take power from the people. The CIA is my GPL is the CIA. GPL is the CIA. Let's see. This person was that person thinks that they think this is Windows or DOS. This is TempleOS. I made my own compiler. The difference between an amateur and a professional operating system is writing a compiler. That is the difference. Okay, well, we're just... Say what? I think they were saying they didn't believe. You talking to me? Why don't I start with the space alien? And the space alien can unveil all the CIA. The CIA lies are going to be unveiled by the space alien. So you might want to start. I don't know how the CIA plans to react when God talks to the world. They're going to try and shut God up. Now that's a stupid idea. That's the CIA for you. You know that doesn't end well for the CIA. You're Let's see what does the space alien have to say? You can be on God's side or the losing. You can be on the winning side or on the losing side, CIA. I suggest you get on God's side since that's the winning side. As soon as possible, get on God's side, the winning side. Dumbass. Dumbass. What the f*** are you doing on the... Why are you fighting against God, you dumbass? So stupid. The little fights me. I don't know what the he's thinking. Very many downloads. Anybody here? Who's here? Any downloads? Anybody here? Cockatiel. And I was gonna vote for Trump, but I probably won't vote.